Hi guys, welcome to the 35th Mill. This is our first review, and today we're going to be talking about Jordan Peele's new film, Get Out. First of all, I'm Drew, this is Phil, and we're your presenters today. Um, let's kick off.
Well, well, Get Out is about briefly is about a black man with a white girlfriend going to visit his white girlfriend's family in a very white neighborhood for the first time.
And needless to say, he's got a few concerns,
Oh yeah.
which, as the film unfolds, become relatively well founded. We won't go into exactly why just yet, just so we can give you a few thoughts on what we felt about the film. First of all, we thoroughly enjoyed it.
Hell yeah, it was an
Yeah.
awesome film. Yeah, for his first, Jordan Peele's first attempt at this sort of genre was amazing. He nailed it in so many ways, so much hidden depth to it.
Yeah,
Um,
entirely unexpected.
Yeah, oh, completely. Completely. It also sold you the dummy very well. You believed it was going down one path and it would, flip on a dime and end up somewhere else. So it
It's
was,
a very jarring left turn when you least expect it.
yeah, completely.
Um, yeah, look, we both thoroughly enjoyed it. On a technical level, it was great. Acting was absolutely
Yep.
perfect. Casting completely on point. Uh, if you get the opportunity to go see it in the cinema, we highly recommend it. From
Completely.
from here, we're going to get into a little bit more depth about it. So if you want to avoid any spoilers for the film,
Spoiler alert.
yeah, now's the time to turn off. So yeah, let's get into it.
All right. Well, a little bit more depth to it. Of course, Chris, when he goes to visit Rose's family, it's interesting. Very, very early on into it, when we start to see the way that everyone's interacting, all the friends that come around to visit the family, the way they interact with him. Very, very keen on his physique and the way he looks, and it's a bit weird. Everyone seems a bit like the strange.
Yeah,
Everyone's sold. Jordan Peele sells us, or to us, really well, just how uncomfortable Chris is feeling in this place.
yeah, we feel what our lead is feeling throughout the entire movie. Where we're really put into his shoes. We get the perspective that he's coming from, and we feel as uncomfortable as he does. So we want a resolution as much as he does.
And you also sympathise with the girlfriend as well, with Rose, and the way that she's having to deal with her family and her boyfriend, and the way they're coming together. And you do pity her a little bit in the way she's having to carry both sides.
Until these jarring moments do hit.
Yes.
So
The acting was fantastic in that sense. To see that twist
yeah,
by Rose, for her to go from such a sweet, loving, panicky sort of concerned girlfriend to the most evil bitch in that movie besides the mother.
it really takes a good actress to be able to flip the coin like that, to be so utterly convincing that we find this to be an unpredictable twist. And it's really built so that you don't expect it, because they give you the too easy nod that she could be in on it, and then you think about it and go, no, it's too smart for that. She must be hypnotized the same way the rest of the characters are being. There has to be something more. She can't be in on what her parents are doing, and then all of a sudden everything changes. It's like her evil twins come out to play, and that wonderful, sweet, loving girl was just gone in a second.
And also the way every single black character in the film was either dismissed or doubted. So, for example, the friend Rod,
Yeah,
when he's trying to sell to the police that there's something wrong, his friend's missing, they laugh at him. They just piss themselves laughing at him and what he has to say. He's completely ignored. So he has to take it into his own hand to try and find his friend. But even Chris's concerns to the girlfriend earlier on, even though she's on his side, still dismisses, I think, the way he's feeling a little bit.
yes,
Every black character
yes.
that was also just, the groundskeeper, the maid, Logan, everyone was not really there. They all seemed very absent, and we couldn't understand what was going on and what was wrong with them. It just felt weird.
Yeah, and by the time we find out exactly what's going on, I mean, we're assuming that you've seen it or you don't care if we tell you now, but what's going on is that the black people that have been in the town for a while have actually had their brains removed and replaced with that of the very white people in the community. These people have found the way to eternal life by transplanting their mind into another body. And they believe that black people are the best physical specimens on the earth. So they go in search of the best to use them to slowly start replacing the physical bodies in their town.
Which of course explains why earlier on, when everyone was checking him out and commenting on how he looks, and I bet he's faster on. I bet he's real nice and strong and built and everything. That's why, because everyone was almost examining them. He was like the demo model before they bought. It was just.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I was so in shock at realizing what the process was that I didn't even twig on straight away that the groundskeeper and the maid were actually the grandparents.
No,
I didn't twig on until they physically said it, and I went, "What?"
Yeah.
I was stunned. Yeah. It didn't enter my mind. There was so much being revealed that I was just having to keep up with it. It was such a shock to the system.
And that panic as well that the maid, that scene where she starts to tear up. There's a scene where she starts to tear up. You can tell that the blind art gallery runner.
The blind art dealer played by Stephen Root, who is outstanding. Absolutely outstanding.
He explains the process in quite great detail. I'm not going to explain it all. We don't have the time for that. But the way he explains it, that there's a little tiny piece of you left at the end of this. When the maid starts to get that tear down her eye, it's because there's someone left fighting, and they can't do anything. They're trapped. They're gone.
Oddly enough, a little bit off topic, but as much as he is a despicable character, I actually find him one of the most likable characters in the story.
Yep.
Because even though he is doing this despicable thing, he's not doing it for the same reason as everyone else.
No.
There is a slight difference to him. He's not preferencing a person based on their ethnicity or their physical specimen per se. He wants to be in the body of this person because this person has such a good eye for photography, and being an art curator that wants to be able to take photos again because he's blind, that is what he's seeking. He is lucked in somehow. The person that is one of the best photographers in that field happens to be the right specimen for their town's little experiments.
Yeah.
It's got a really creepy small town vibe to it, which is cool because they don't even go around the town. The whole film is centered in the complex of the property.
Yep.
But it still has this really eerie small town feel. If you've ever watched Midsummer Murders, it's like watching an episode of that.
You can just hear the theme song of that in the background.
Yeah, it's just into a more dark and gritty detail. But it didn't feel like a traditional Hollywood film. It didn't even feel like a traditionally American film. It felt like a European film that happened to have American actors in it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was very different.
It didn't feel like a Hollywood film,
no.
Which was one of the best things about it.
Yeah, I really loved it based on that. The acting was fantastic. Daniel Kaluuya, a young British actor and writer, plays the lead. There could not have been a better choice for the lead.
No, completely.
He conveys the terror, the inner strength, the intelligence, the fear, everything that makes that character who he is. He embodies that role beautifully. When you see him disappear into what they call the sunken place while he's under hypnosis, and you see him screaming out from the inside, and
you believe that, and you felt that claustrophobia.
Yeah, you feel claustrophobic in there, and then the camera pans out, and you see him on the outside, physically paralyzed, in tears, and you can't help but feel every bit of pain that he's going through. Not many actors can convey that emotional connection. It's an absolute art form that's becoming a lost art form, and he's got it in spades. Jordan Peele has very carefully selected his cast, and he's done so in the most unconventional manner. He's picked people you wouldn't quite expect in there. He's picked a lot of people that are relatively unknown. He's picked some faces that you may find familiar for very different reasons, such as the dad.
The father. I wrote it down. It's actually it's the same guy that plays Eric in Billy Madison, and I did not know that until I was on the IMDb page after watching the movie, and I was like, wait a second, what? So I'm gonna have to go and rewatch that just so I can go
Just to watch him.
because I recognized him and I didn't know who he was, but there we go. So it was.
But I mean, the voice is there, and that sort of screwball humor is a little bit there, but it feels just a little bit off this time, because we were discussing this earlier, that within this film there's quite a lot of humor, and it's used as a very good juxtaposition to the actual horrors that take place. But when the black characters are funny in the film, you're laughing because you find it genuinely funny.
Yeah.
However, when the white people make jokes in the film, it falls flat, and you're still laughing, but you're laughing out of pity. You're not quite laughing because they were humorous.
Exactly right. There is that shift. It doesn't feel like an intelligence difference between the two, but it just feels like there's
a relatability difference. Really.
Yeah.
There is so much disconnect to this family when you're seeing it, and it's not necessarily because we're made to feel an attachment to our lead character. It's, there's something wrong with them. They're hiding something. You just don't know what, and it bugs you because you don't know what exactly is wrong, and you want to predict it, but you can't.
Yeah, exactly. You're there. You're trying to sell yourself that there's either something completely wrong here, or I've got this wrong.
I spent the whole movie thinking they were being brainwashed or hypnotized.
I couldn't work it out.
Something lobotomized, some experimental surgery on them. I never once predicted that the people inside those bodies were not the same people.
The person, exactly right.
Never crossed my mind once.
No.
Then, as it slowly starts unraveling, you think back and realize all the clues were there from the beginning.
Yeah, from the very beginning. It was awesome.
We won't go into all the little bits of symbolism in the film because there are quite a lot.
We'll try and record another video on that alone.
Yeah, we'd very much like to do that because that would fill another video. But there are a lot of things to look out for. There is a lot of symbolism in the movie. There is a ton of foreshadowing. And for any of you that I've spoken to about writing before, you'd know that foreshadowing is one of my favorite techniques, and it can be used really well when it's utilized in the correct story, and this is absolutely one of those times.
Completely couldn't agree more. Incredibly sharp, very very direct. But again, it's that use of foreshadowing that does sell it. I found that, again, the humor, the juxtaposition between scenes, the sudden transition from humor to serious as well, that's something that I haven't seen very often, especially in this sort of genre. I thought that was pretty special. Yeah.
The film never loses its focus. It starts out with a lot of loose threads, but it beautifully ties them all up at the end. Everything comes together. You're not left questioning anything. You've gone and you've seen a complete story. Right then, so time for us to give you our scored reviews. Now, the way we're going to be doing these is on a 2-score structure, so they're both going to be out of 10. The first one is going to be how we rate the film on a overall technical level that doesn't necessarily include our enjoyment of the film. It's about how we feel it was made and structured and presented. And then the second review will be based on our enjoyment levels, and that's where our bias comes in and things like that. Because we find that they are two very different things. We could enjoy the worst movie ever made, and we can know that it's the worst movie ever made.
Godzilla 1998, that was a crap movie, but I love it.
Oh, of course. I will watch that movie for years. Awful.
It's
but I love it.
awful. Yeah.
I love it.
Alright, I'll go first. So, on a technical level, I'm going to give it an 8, actually. Because of its clever writing, because of the way each scene is purposeful. There is no wasted scene. At no point, especially looking back at it, at no point is anything done for no reason or just for the sake of being seen.
Yeah.
Even comedic conversations are absolutely there for a reason. Every word is spoken for a reason. So on that level, and plus just filming or cinematography, everything was done really sharply and really for a first run by Jordan Peele for this sort of movie, awesome. From a personal point of view, also an 8, because it was so interesting and it caught me off guard at so many points because of the humor and then the shock or whatever. It caught me off guard in so many times, and I thought that was really special. It didn't sell you any jump scares, except for once.
There's one.
There's
one.
But then every other time it wasn't about that. It was about actually, making you think. And again, psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, an 8 and an 8.
All right, guys, this is embarrassing, but we ran out of space while filming just then, so we're gonna awkwardly cut back into it. So I'm gonna give you my my reviews on the film now. So personally, I give it a 7.5. I've seen films like this before where it's a really unique idea and it absolutely knocks it out of the park. It gives you something that's really special, really different, really unique, and you wouldn't want it to become the norm, because then it wouldn't feel as special if these types of films were the only ones that were coming out. So it really means something to have these come along once in a while. Technically, I think it was wonderful, well written, well filmed. Cinematography was beautiful. The music was something I particularly
Great
loved.
soundtrack.
Yeah, really connected to it, and really, I liked that there was this little twist to the music where the plucked strings that you're hearing throughout the film, they become part of the film. The film goes a little bit meta because you realize that those same plucked strings you've been hearing the whole movie are actually the brother playing on his little ukulele, and it's the most eerie little thing to it. But yeah, overall, yeah, well acted, well scripted, well directed, first time effort for Jordan Peele, and I look forward to seeing his next films. So 7.5 on the technical level. On a personal rating, 8 out of 10. This is something I'm going to go back and watch again and again for years. This is the type of film I hope is taught in schools. This is absolutely wonderful fodder for high school English teachers and drama teachers. This is the sort of thing we would have loved to have in class to study. And we had great opportunities with film there, but this is something we would have loved to have done. So yeah, look, come and check us out online. Getting the website set up at the moment, so yeah, the address currently I believe is the35thmill.wordpress.com until we get the domain name. And
Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook. The Facebook page is where we are making the most contributions right now, and we hope to see you there. So look up the 35th Mill. So facebook.com/the35thmill. Like us, follow us, share us with all your friends. Check out all our stuff. We've got news, reviews, and original content on the way, and we look forward to discussing film with you in the future.
We do.
Yeah.
Till then, you